Hello folks, welcome back to Wasteland Remastered. Here we are. We made it. We got to... We got to the end. We are just about ready. So, now, how do you do this all normal-like? Because like I said last week, there is that computer down here that is supposed to let you do it with only 2 people. 2 people is the bare minimum. You cannot do it with only 1 person. You'll see why in a minute. So, how do you normally do this? Well, you do what is really scary in a place like Base Cochise. You split up the party. I don't know. Hey, look at that. Yeah, so these were added because there's nothing in the game ahead of time to tell you how to beat the game. After you've beaten the game, you can look at the information it's given you and say, "Oh, I see what they were doing." But before then, it's a little confusing and hard to figure out. So what they did was they added guides to help out. So Keys to Save the World was added to help you figure it out. Because otherwise you wouldn't necessarily know that you need these 4 keys. So if you got all the way to Base Cochise without grabbing the keys from the Citadel, you would get this. Deep in the bowels of Base Cochise, you have found powerful computer stations, but they are locked and can only be opened through use of a set of special keys from before the apocalypse. Somewhere out there in the wasteland, there must be a collection of old items that contains the items you need. There's your hint to go scour the Guardian Citadel, because they collect all items. So, you get all your keys, you've secured the key, you've scoured, you use the same word I did, the Citadel of the Guardians of the Old Order, and have found the special keys needed to access the computer systems in Base Cochise. So, there's your first bit of hints. So, we go back over here. Disband Angela. Now, it's been a while since I did this, but I have done this so many times, I am pretty sure that I have got the order right. And then we disband Thrasher. I just hope that I gave everybody the proper keys. That's the bigger question. So we go down here. Now you can only split your party 4 ways. So Snake gets all the help, which, considering he's the one most likely to run into random encounters. Right. So we start up here in the upper right. Black 3-foot-high cylinder. There's a small slot in the side. So this is where we learn. Found a black computer station that requires a key to activate. Force field blocks you. Force field blocks you. Force field blocks you. So this, the force field, that information was also added. Normally, these force fields don't exist. So you can put the keys in any order. You can put any key in any order, and then you'll realize that it's not working. So we start here with the black star key. Station 1 activated, waiting for final station lock. And so now you can see they've added this to give you the proper order. Because there's 4 keys, 4 stations, 4 orders, there's a lot of trial and error that could be involved. Just to get to the point where you get the vague hint. Quasar key. There we go. Press button to activate safety procedure 1342-666. That's your hint. So I'll give you a minute to think about it. Okay, time's up. 666 is obvious number of the beast. Okay, we can ignore that. 1342 is the order that you run through the rooms for the next stage. So the keys go alphabetically clockwise. So Black Star is the first, and that's your first one in the upper left. Black's Nova, Pulsar, Quasar. Alphabetical order, clockwise from the upper left. The clockwise from the upper left is now enforced by the game, but you would still not know which keys to use. So you've got that. So if you consider that order, so this is room 4. That 1342 is the order that you will do the rooms for this next section. So core is 1, electronics is 3, OSHA is 4, repair is 2. So you go northwest, southeast, southwest, northeast. Safety procedure 1342-666 activated. You hear a hissing sound followed by a loud slam. You turn around and notice that the panel behind you has sealed shut. Shoom. So, this is why you can't do it with just one person, because you can't get out. That's what the cylinder control is. So, 1342. So this is room 1, so we start here. And now we have to do... So what you have to do is you have to go in the right order of rooms and the right colors. Now, Chrome has also given you another hint here. And you have to disband your party to turn the keys simultaneously. Right. You'll notice that this station is red. Phase 1 activated. Continue procedure. So 1... Nope, that's 2. Here is 3. Oh, look at that. Yellow. And 4. Oh, look at that. Green. And look at that. That guy's blue. So the advantage is the colors are just in order. Red, yellow, green, blue. You just have to do the right room. And now we've got this visual aid. So you can see what I'm saying. Once you know, you can look back and go, oh, I see what they were doing there. 1342, that's the order of the rooms that you do if you're counting. It makes sense. Clockwise from the top left, alphabetical order. Okay, 1342. That's just the order that you do it. And then the colors are just right in a row. Red, yellow, green, blue. Just top to bottom. But if you don't know that's the solution, figuring it out from ground zero without the guides that Chrome has given you with the colors of the lights and the forced order of the keys, if you don't have that, then it's a little more difficult to figure out from scratch. So, but this game was made in the late 80s, and think about King's Quest and, you know, the Moon Logic puzzles. I can see them saying, hey, that's good enough. Anyway, enough lollygagging. 4. Self-destruct sequence activated. All personnel evacuate the base. This is not a test. Screen shows a clock counting down. It shows 1 hour. That's not a joke. You have 1 hour of game time to get out of base Cochise. Now, luckily, I can sit here and yammer because time doesn't pass when you're just sitting. The other advantage is 1, 2, 3, 4. You get 4 steps for every minute that passes. So that made it really difficult when you were trying to rest and heal up. But when you're trying to escape an exploding base, that's really handy. Sometimes I'll send Vax in there and I'll just leave them. Speaking of leaving Vax. Man, what was our order? Let's see. I think it was Hellraiser, Angela, Thrasher, Snake, Ace, yeah. Disband. 7. I don't think they ever fixed those. But. So you'll notice that right here, that wasn't there before. So you can take an escape pod, which has the advantage of blowing the hell out of base Cochise's main computer. And you can explore around in there if you want. So, off we go. Now, if you had taken the helicopter in, you could climb up, but you can't use the helicopter because it's trashed. So we just go down here. And we go out the front door. And we go out into the Wasteland. And we take a few steps.
Shuddering explosions rock the base. Fire blossoms throughout every doorway. Everywhere walls and supports buckle and crumble in the explosions. Debris and shrapnel fly everywhere, killing everything they touch. You can almost imagine robots screaming as they realize that they too are mortal. The following is an excerpt from the dedication to the History of the Rangers Volume 2 by Carl Allard, 2095. Allard Press, Desert Center, hardbound preface page 2, $10 gold. High on a neighboring hilltop, shielded from the explosion's full fury, the Rangers watched as fire and ruin claimed base Cochise. Deep in their hearts, they knew that in that hideous pyre burned the malignant creature that almost ended all life on Earth. But certainly most important of all were the Rangers, who gave their lives to destroy base Cochise so that they could give hope to all mankind.
That's all, excuse me, that's all in the actual game. That is the ending of the original Wasteland. I believe you get that splash screen. I don't think it's a female ranger standing there, but I believe you get a splash screen like that. You saw very briefly someone about to get vaporized. It would say Vax got barbecued in the big blast, or was vaporized or something. Anyway.
Despite a rabies epidemic in the town
this is new.
Killed most of the juvies, Highpool managed to keep on surviving, no thanks to the Desert Rangers. In time, the town managed to fix their water purifier, and slowly, water began to flow to the communities in the nearby Wasteland.
That's messed up because I didn't finish Highpool.
The rail nomads settled down. With the thieves dealt with, days returned to how things always had been, with the different clans fighting amongst themselves, and everybody drowning their sorrows in snake squeezins. That said, the Atchison clan always had time for the Desert Rangers, a courtesy for the help the Rangers gave to the Brakemen. With Harry the Bunny Master defeated and the varmint problem dealt with, the Agricultural Center started to provide fresh fruit and vegetables to all the communities in the nearby Wasteland. With Ugly dealt with, his gang fled into the Wasteland and were no longer a problem in Quartz. With Mayor Pedros and Felicia rescued, the town of Quartz prospered, becoming a haven for the law-abiding people of the Wasteland. With the demons of the Temple of Blood no longer murdering the citizens of Needles, Needles flourished.
At least until it vanished off the face of the earth.
Stopped, the last obstacle to Farron Brygo crowning himself the King of Vegas was gone. He was grateful, but it wasn't long until there would be conflict between him and the Desert Rangers. Charmaine and the servants of the Mushroom Cloud survived the fall of base Cochise, but the Desert Rangers never heard from her again, even though she had mentioned she may have another mission in mind for them.
Ba-dum-bum.
Fat Freddy may have survived the robots' menace and a visit from the Desert Rangers, but he never got to be #1 in Las Vegas. He died soon after the fall of base
I thought we
Cochise,
killed him.
choking to death on a hobo dog. After the destruction of base Cochise, the Desert Rangers returned to Sleeper Base, but found it completely ransacked and all remnants of its technology missing. With nothing of value remaining, the Desert
Little bit of retconning here to explain Wasteland 2.
Project Darwin was shut down and Finster killed, but his mutant menaces escaped and caused no end of trouble for the people of the Wasteland for years to come. Darwin Village was eventually abandoned, but rumors persisted.
Little bit of retconning there too.
Within the facilities. The residents of the Savage Village continued to live their simple lives, secluded in the desert. Red Hawk joined the Desert Rangers and helped make the Wasteland a safer place.
And got left behind in base Cochise.
After the Desert Ranger raid on Guardian Citadel to retrieve the keys needed to destroy base Cochise, the remaining Guardians of the Old Order dispersed into the radioactive waste. In time, the Desert Rangers moved their base of operations from the old prison to Guardian Citadel, and Ranger Citadel, as it came to be known, became the center of all that was good and lawful in the Wasteland.
Until Wasteland 2.
In the Desert Rangers themselves, well, there are always more tales to tell of them, but those are stories for another time.
So here we are. There's one more thing that we have. This was in the original game as well, so we're going to radio in. Congratulations, Rangers, on a mission well done. Since you embarked on your mission, we had reports from other Rangers about the horrible strength contained in base Cochise. Had it been possible, we would have warned you. However, we were afraid any such communication would have drawn Cochise's forces to you and would have destroyed your mission before you had a fair chance of succeeding. Even now, news of your victory is spreading throughout the Wasteland, and your heroic efforts will be rewarded. So that's always been there in the game. That's sort of the, why didn't you see any other Rangers? Well, they're out there. You just didn't bump into them. And why are we doing all this ourselves? Well, we couldn't warn you because reasons. So, everyone gets this. 10 adventure points. The first time you beat the game, you get these 10 points that you can add wherever you want. At this point, it really doesn't matter where I put them, because we've beaten the game. Yeah, Angela gets them too. No, we're just going to give them all to MaxCon to people. Oh, wait. And now we've got... Okay, and there were the promotions. So there we're done. Rank Sergeant. And that was with some grinding. We got the Sergeant, Technical Sergeant. Oh, Grenadier Major. How did you get so advanced? Sergeant. And Vax is Corporal. So there we are. We are done. Debris littered and blackened ruins of base Cochise. In the older versions, it would be just a smoldering ruin. So, with those end deals, I guess we didn't ever actually kill Fat Freddy. I thought we did. the reason that high pool slide is the way it is because we didn't kill Bobby. There's no resolution. The game still thinks we haven't finished high pool. So that's why we got that kind of less than stellar ending, is because we didn't kill Bobby. If we killed him, then it would have a different ending slide, basically. So the ending slide saying that Sleeper Base was completely ransacked is sort of a... well, it's a retcon. Explaining why, with all of this stuff, why didn't the Rangers have power armor and cloning tanks and all of this stuff in Wasteland 2? Oh, well, it got ransacked. No, I accidentally hit space. Oh well. So, hey, check it out. Ralph 2.0. Just how we left him. With terrible stats. And terrible skills. And he doesn't get a promotion because he wasn't here for the killing of Base Cochise. But there you go. See, you can go, you can grab your buddy. Pop him out of that clone tank. He is back, baby. Ralph. And you can clone him again. Yeah, you can do clones of clones. You don't have any degeneration with this group. But, so there we go. We have... so we got a preamble. I thought... oh, that was... never mind. $12,000 XP. 1,000 on Cochise level 1. There wasn't much on Cochise level 1. Cochise level 2, 44,000 XP. 36,000 in the funny rooms. So almost exclusively from like 4 combats. 21,000. Yeah. Yeah, we got hit a lot. Yeah. So, base Cochise is rough. You can see why I was so intent on saving ammo as much as I could. So, you know, got a handful of power packs there. Got a handful. Thrasher's got quite a few. Snake's got a fair amount. Ace was the one that grabbed all of the power packs in base Cochise in that room. He grabbed like 15. Metal Maniac, on the other hand, has 1. So, and the other thing is, once you pick up all the power packs that are out in the world, there's no more to get. Because random encounters won't get them. You're not going to get them in a random encounter because loot tables are set. So you have to do a fight that drops ammo. And most of them don't. So it's not like the 7.62 that you can just go somewhere and buy more. Or go to the Guardian Citadel where there's like 60 sitting there. So you've always got to be careful with the energy weapons. You really don't want to use them until you're going into base Cochise if you don't have to. But now it doesn't matter because we did it. Destroyed base Cochise. With its destructions, the robot menace has been ended, though there still be months of effort remaining to defeat the robots already built. Translation, you'll still get random encounters. Yep. So there you go. And because this is a game from the 80s, you know, it's not like we can go to Quartz and go, hey, Mayor Pedros, look what we did, because there's no Mayor Pedros to talk to and nobody would notice that we'd done anything. But here we are. We've done it. Good job, everybody. You saved the world. Congratulations. You may consider yourself a hero. It's just too bad about the helicopter. So that will do it for the main plot of Wasteland. Like I said, I've got some bonus videos that'll go up over the next week or two. Still got a couple that I need to record here. That's why I dropped those hard saves. Hopefully I remember what I was planning on doing. And I would like to try and get some footage of actually successfully using the helicopter, but that's likely to be a bigger pain in the neck. So we'll see. I have no idea what game I'm going to do next. I usually think about it when I'm about halfway through the game. I haven't really thought about it at all with Wasteland. Maybe Treasures of the Savage Frontier. We did Gateway previously. There's only 2 games in that series, so Treasures is the next one. And I think Treasures has some interesting interactions in it. It was just a gold box and kind of a grindy one at that, but they were trying, sort of. It's better than Pools of Darkness. That god-awful mess. Might do that. I really don't know. I've been playing Pathfinder and Ace Combat, but I don't think either one of those would be very good. Definitely not Ace Combat, because I'd just embarrass myself, because while I can do it, I'm not great at it. I get the job done, but it's yeoman's work. It's not pretty. Also, I have no idea how good a recording would be of a game like that. And Pathfinder, I'm like 5 hours into it, so I'm not going to do a blind playthrough of a sprawling RPG. So I might do Treasures just to finish off the gold box games. No, I'm not doing Hillsfar. Treasures would finish off the gold box games as far as I'm concerned. I do have the 2 Ravenloft games and the 2 Dark Sun games, but I haven't enjoyed them at all when I've tried to play them. So I'm probably not going to play through them. Or I might do the remaster of the Bard's Tale games. I thought about doing them at some point. It's just Bard's Tale 3 is the one I'm familiar with, not 1 and 2. So doing 1 and 2 might be kind of messy, especially 2. I have played through 1 once. I have never played through 2. I've done the starter dungeon in 2, and that's it. And a little bit of exploring, but I haven't really ever done 2. So I don't know how well that would work out. But I've played 3 a lot. I would like to go through them, but I'll just have to see. But that's enough of that. So, like I said, I hope you enjoyed Wasteland Remastered. I know I made a lot of somewhat snide comments at times and did stuff comparing to the base versions, the DOS or the Commodore 64 versions. I mean, I spent a long time playing them. They're the ones I'm familiar with. That said, this is a really good version. Despite any comments I may have made, I still quite enjoy this version of the game. There are some bugs. You know, there was that little goof up with the ending slide, for instance. And there are, like I said, there are some bugs, especially with melee combat and the timing, which make it easier. But that being said, I don't think it's bad. I still enjoy this game. I still think it's very well done. I still think it's very well done. And while there are, you know, issues, I still think they did a great job. I'm very pleased with... I'm very pleased with what they did, how they did it. And they should be proud. It didn't get the rave reviews that Bard's Tale got, but I don't get that, frankly. This is great. I love playing this version of the game. I enjoy the graphics. I enjoy the game. The only thing I can think of is people that felt macros were the only way to play the game. They're probably people that grew up playing it on DOS. I grew up playing it on the Commodore 64, which didn't have macros. So macros were nice, but I never considered them critical. So not having macros isn't a big deal to me. Oh no, look out, Angela. That's different. I don't recall afflictions making you lose health. It used to always just prevent you from healing. Yeah, she's toast. I wonder. Let's see. Oh, hey, look at that. I don't know. I think people are maybe had unrealistic expectations. You know, there's only so much that they can do, but more importantly, there's only so much that they should do. I mean, I've seen people complain about all sorts of stuff with this game, with it not having, with them thinking it should have been a complete rebuild of the game. And it's like, you know, this is... It's a remaster. It's not a rebuild. I've seen people complain, saying that it shouldn't be top down. It should have been made in Wasteland 2's engine, all sorts of things. And it's like, no, you guys are missing the point. I like it how it is. I like this. I like that they kept it as close to the original as humanly possible. But I've gone up on this soapbox plenty of times. There's no need to rehash it here. Next week, bonus episodes. Week after, probably a few more bonus episodes. When I post them, I'll have them all go live at the same time. I'm not going to stretch it out. And I'm not going to do, you know, a 1-minute episode, bonus episode, then a week, and then another 2-minute. So it'll probably be 2 weeks of bonus episodes, and then whatever I decide to do next. If you've got a preference, let me know. But until then, folks, have a good one.